So he jumps out of the way and fires like this.
Stop the car!
Like that angle.
Stop the car! Stop the girl!
He said it was about 20 feet away from him.
Make sure you tell our police chief that you love Officer Nance.
Nance, you're being a bitch.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel. Today's video was sent to me by the Random Patriot. Be sure to check out his channel using the links below. In the early morning hours of August in 2022, a woman and her boyfriend, Anthony Thompson, were engaged in a verbal dispute as they had recently separated. At some point, the argument got out of hand, and Anthony allegedly discharged a firearm into the air and fled the scene. Officer Robert Nance of the Sherwood Police Department was the first to arrive, and after talking to the 911 caller, Nance began walking to the rear of the apartment complex. As he approached a vehicle pulling out to leave, a woman yelled out to him,
Stop the car! Stop the car! Stop the girl! On 58, he's fleeing in a red GMC SUV heading towards cutoff. Shots fired.
Officer Nance attempted to follow the suspect, but lost him and returned to the scene a minute later.
What apartment? Are you the one he shot at?
He shot up in the air, but please don't shoot him. Please do not. Get in the car.
Okay, where is he going?
Get in the car. I don't know.
Okay.
We just told him to pull over and put his hands up.
Is anyone hurt?
No. We just trying to make sure he's going.
No one is hurt.
No one's hurt.
Okay, where is he going?
I don't know. She was on the phone with him. We told him to pull over and put your hands up and cooperate.
Where does he live? He lives here?
Yes.
Okay.
Lincoln 31.
We told him to pull over and put his hands up because shots fired.
Are you on the phone with him?
No, just pull over and put your gun out the car, Anthony. It could be simple. You don't have to do this.
Where is he at?
I don't know. And I don't want y'all to hurt him. I really don't. It's just not in his right mind, bro.
Okay. Take a deep breath, okay?
Can you please just stop, Anthony?
Let me talk to him. Anthony, can you hear me?
My phone not that loud. You gotta put it up in your ear. We're chasing him.
What's his Anthony what? What's his name?
Do y'all have people after his car?
Do what?
Y'all have people chasing him currently.
We're trying to find him right now, okay?
Please, just don't hurt him.
Do you know where he might go?
I don't.
What was going on today? What led up to this?
Me coming to get his stuff, for him to come get his stuff, he had been out smoking and, I guess drinking and smoking and doing whatever he was doing all night, and he came in at like 3-something, and his stuff was already packed, and I'm like, your stuff is at the door, just get your stuff and, go. Instead, he wants to argue and all this stuff, and I'm like, Anthony, you got that gun, I feel intimidated, can you just get your stuff and go? I know you drunk, you're not in your right mind, so I called my sister. Because for one, I didn't think it would get this far. I thought it was just a simple petty-ass argument. Arguing, he get his shit and we go. But he didn't. He shot and ran off in the house, and all I heard was gunshots back there. I don't know.
Eventually, a supervisor arrives on scene.
Where did he shoot from?
It's inside the apartment.
Inside the apartment?
I shot at his vehicle. Yeah. So I pulled in. You were in the car. You were the one I pulled up behind, right? That was right over here, like around, basically as soon as I pulled into the complex. And then dispatch said she was showing me to the apartment. We kind of made the S curve. Once we got around there, she stopped. I got out and started talking to her, and she said, that's him right there, leaving in that SUV. There was a lady standing outside around maybe apartment 20, said she heard shots from that direction. So I got out of my vehicle, started walking down, this SUV comes barreling towards me, and that's when I took a couple shots. Stop the car! Stop the car! Stop the car!
Stay here and talk to DLT for just a
Okay.
second. Calm
Yep.
down.
Yep.
You good?
Just I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Get your deep breath.
Yeah.
Relax for a second. And chat with him. And
You got it.
Nance then provides his official statement.
Do I need Garrity or anything?
This is the initial
Okay.
that you got to give me.
Okay.
But, the way it'll work, is you're going to have to give a formal statement for a couple sleep cycles.
Okay.
But anyway, go ahead.
Originally, I thought they said the suspect vehicle was
Was
a
a
Cadillac. I pulled in, and it was right there by that office sign.
Okay.
Then dispatch said, when I said, hey, they're pulling around further in, they said, well, they're trying to show you where the apartment is. So we took the S-curve to the second half of the complex. She stops, gets out, and tells me that's him right there. He just fired a shot. There was also someone else standing maybe around apartment 20 or so, standing outside. I asked her, did you hear a gunshot? And she said yes from back there. So when she told me that's him right there in that car, I got out of my car, started walking towards him. Car comes towards me, high rate of speed. I already had my weapon out as he was coming towards me. All right. I think it was after he passed me, I fired 2 shots. And then got in my car, and by the time I was able to get turned around and back out, I lost him. Okay. So.
It's obvious that the officer is greatly exaggerating the suspect's actions to justify his own. The video shows the SUV, identified by the caller, slowing down while driving through the apartment complex. The vehicle never veers outside of the lanes of travel. It never accelerates excessively or otherwise puts anyone else in danger, especially not the officer. In fact, at this point, Officer Nance has placed more people in danger than the suspect, as he was unaware of who else could have occupied the vehicle, and while shooting, the occupied apartments were his backstop. Half an hour after the shooting, a lieutenant arrived on scene to investigate.
Oh,
the apartment's down at the end there, and they found on the left there, white work truck and a white car is where Nance was. They found his brass sitting there. So
where did that guy shoot at?
I guess I don't know. I was trying to talk to Peter. He's trying to explain to me, but he wasn't making much sense. Apparently, he shot inside the apartment as Nance was walking up there.
Rear end of the Chrysler's going to have
And I
property
guess
damage
the
on
guy
it.
came out, and somebody pointed to him and said that's him or whatever. And I guess I don't know if the guy engaged.
Do we know what kind of gun he's got?
They believe so.
I think an AR. I'm not 100% sure. Dale made it sound like
We don't know what kind of gun he's got. He said maybe an AR, but
Other family members' vehicles.
I don't know why I don't know what kind of gun he's got.
I think it's an AR because Dale said AR, but he made it sound like Nance was the one shooting with his AR, but Nance shot with his 45. So I guess
I ain't got no good info right now. Just if y'all find that dude, just he's got a gun and he's already been shot at. Okay.
I'm going to keep my AR with
I'm
me.
gonna go head down that way too.
Well, Nance shot at him. So
Okay.
No one shot at Nance or put his life in danger. In fact, the officers weren't able to find any casings or bullet holes from the shots that Anthony was alleged to shoot. And on top of everything, the officers seemed very surprised at how few calls to 911 there were.
where's the casings at?
So this is Nance's casings.
Okay. I see one.
There's one, and there's one back there.
Is that all he shot was twice?
Right there, and you got the one right there. He said he shot a couple of times. Is there a third one right there? Nope. I think there's just them two. Just this two. Yep.
Okay, we can't. It's gonna be hard to make the scene any bigger, but
And he said the guy was driving past him.
he was in the vehicle whenever he shot at him. Was he shooting at? Nance? You don't know? So he supposedly shot inside here, right?
I have no idea. I hadn't.
That's what they said. He was shooting from the apartment, inside the apartment.
Okay.
You want me to start talking to neighbors, or you want to wait?
So, just making note that the three of us cleared the apartment.
Yeah, I got you.
You hadn't saw any shell casings?
Not any
Up
shell
here.
casings here. And like I was telling him, I took my time getting up here, trying to canvass a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't think I parked on any. I looked before I parked, but there's always a chance.
And I didn't notice any on the floor.
I didn't either.
But that's what the victim said that's where he was firing from.
You'd have thought we'd have got more calls. Like an
Yeah, you'd
AR
think.
here at 6 o'clock in the morning is loud.
Yeah. No doubt.
Since I've been up here, one lady came out from like this apartment, and she's rubbing her eyes, and she looked up, seen the car and the tape. She's like, "What in the world's going on?" She didn't hear them.
Huh.
You'd think if you're shooting an AR from right here, well, you're gonna have casings.
Yeah, you'd think. You'd think everybody in here would be outside.
You know how loud that had to be?
Yeah.
And we didn't get. You'd have thought we'd have got 15 911 calls on that.
Yeah.
Was the man coming this way?
Correct.
Okay, and Nance fires.
As he went past him.
So Nance fires this way.
Correct.
So where did our bullets go?
No, that's what we were
That's
just.
what I'm looking for.
Okay.
I don't know where Nance was at. I don't know where he was parked, and I don't know how he got to where he was. But anyway, he fired at the truck as it come by, as it come out. We don't know. He said it was about 15 to 20 feet away, so it must have been right there as he come by. He must have been like right there. We found his casings. We hadn't found any bullet holes and nothing else over here because he was shooting this direction. We got crime scene tape set up over here around the two shell casings. We hadn't found any other shell casings.
Okay.
So that's what I know now.
Ferris said the gentleman in the apartment on the ground floor, right behind these stairs here, came out and made the comment that, he heard gunshots, cracked open the door, and he saw the officer.
He saw Nance shoot?
Yeah. Or her and, shut the door, but it was pow, pow.
Okay.
And he only fired twice. Dude had come out of the apartment, gets in his vehicle, starts speeding up, coming at him. He pulls out it, he already had his pistol out. The guy drives by him, and, somebody else had made mention something about, that's him. He just shot. Stop the car! Nance fired this direction, as best we can determine, because he said the vehicle went by him, heading out.
So he jumps out of the way and fires like this, like that angle.
Stop the car! Stop the car! Stop the car!
He said it was about 20 feet away from him. So the shell casings are right by that pole.
Okay.
So if he was 20 feet away from him, I don't know if he was here. I mean, you could be 20 feet away at about anywhere in this given area. So I don't know exactly where he was.
Did he hit anything?
He don't know.
Okay.
I hadn't found any bullet holes in no cars, or I can't see any evidence in the wall or anything over here that I found yet to where his bullets. But at 20 feet away, it's going to be hard to miss a Tahoe.
From what I'm understanding, your brother's involved in a crime.
What crime? Because I just got a call saying police shooting at my baby brother. That ain't no good call.
I understand.
I asked him to come get his shit. He came here at 3 o'clock in the morning arguing, holding a gun, pointed at me. You pointed at me in my house, and I don't got no motherfucking weapon to defend myself. You know how your brother is. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, Anthony, get your and go. Because it's not that serious to do all this. So he on the phone with my daddy, they get to arguing. So he legit shooting the house at me. I legit had to run down the motherfucking stairs and run behind my building.
So do you know if an officer shot at my little brother?
That's correct.
What was the point of shooting them? Was he still pointing a weapon at them?
So, I mean, that's all I can tell you right now. And like I said, this is a crime scene here. all this is, but we're not blocking off the entire area because people are residents here. So we got to figure out where the second or third possible crime scene is. So,
where was he at when y'all shot at him?
I don't know. I wasn't here.
Do you know where was he? Can you find out where was he at when I was shot at him so I can know if his blood, if I know my little brother hurt?
He's not.
You want to talk to him or what?
I can tell you that.
No, to the phone.
Despite the many conflicting reports, investigators were unable to find any bullet holes or spent cartridges other than the 2 that Officer Nance fired.
They're saying he did fire one shot inside there.
Yeah. She's saying that he fired a shot with an AR like up into the ceiling. Yeah. So I'm expecting to find a bullet hole up there.
That's not her.
Yeah, I don't. Well, she said she was in her head. So this is more of an angled shot right here. That's
yeah, it was at an angle. He was just like they. He shot it at an angle.
I don't know.
2 days later, the department put out a statement advising the public that Anthony turned himself in. He was charged with aggravated assault on a family or household member. The post continues, stating that Anthony drove in the direction of one of the Sherwood police officers, and the officer, Nance, discharged his firearm, striking the vehicle. As both of their names are on it, we can only assume that the police chief Jeff Hager and public information officer Richard McNeil either intentionally lied to the public or failed to investigate the incident at all prior to pushing out this narrative. At best, the words used were carefully written to make it seem as though their officer was in danger to justify the shooting, and the local press did what everyone expected them to do, and Officer Nance was given 3 days of paid leave, which is customary after discharging a firearm. The Supreme Court case of Tennessee v. Garner held that under the Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, a police officer may use deadly force to prevent the escape of a fleeing suspect only if the officer has a good faith belief that the suspect posed a significant threat of death or serious physical injury to the officer or others. Anthony allegedly discharged a firearm, but no physical proof was ever found, so I'll let you be the judge of Officer Nance's actions. Was slowly driving past the officer enough to give rise to a reasonable good faith belief that the use of deadly force was necessary? The department still has their release available on 3 separate posts on their Twitter page and have yet to issue a correction, except for when they identified the wrong suspect. It's unclear if Nance was ever disciplined for his intent and attempt to kill Anthony, as the department states that they are not obligated to release any discipline that didn't rise to the level of suspicion or termination.
You go into bed at night, when you're going in for the night, at the end of the day, make sure you bring all your toys inside so that those bad guys can't get them. But if you do forget and leave it outside, I'll make sure that they're safe.
Stop the girl!
Nance, you can be a real bitch.
Woo-ah, woo-ah, woo-ah. Police rush off to start their day. Who knows what jobs will come their way?
Don't be a bitch, Nance.
Make sure you tell our police chief that you love Officer Nance.
Nance, you're being a bitch.
Solving crimes both old and new, detectives look for every clue.
She's saying that he fired a shot with an AR like up into the ceiling. Yeah. So I'm expecting to find a bullet hole up there.
Police tell cars to stop and go. Tell speeding drivers to go slow.
Stop the car! Stop the car!
A patrolman walking on his beat chases a burglar up the street.
Stop the car!
Sirens wail, woo-ah-woo. Bright lights flash, coming through. Police ride fast, brum, brum, brum.
Being a dumb bitch.
Woo-ah, woo-ah, woo-ah. Police work hard to make things right. Who knows what jobs they'll do tonight.
Thank you, Nance, for dialing your bitch down a little bit.
Instead of charging him, in July of 2023, less than a year after this obviously terrible shoot, the department promoted Robert Nance to sergeant. Several months after the incident, charges of aggravated residential burglary and terroristic threatening in the first degree were added to Anthony's charges, which increased his possible incarceration to 10 to 52 years. And after those new charges were added, Anthony dropped his plea of not guilty and instead pleaded guilty to the aggravated assault charge. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Was this a justified shooting, or should Officer Nance be charged similarly to Anthony? Another big thanks to the Random Patriot. Be sure to check out his channel in the links below.
Goodbye.